Those that meditate understand presence. Only for 20 minutes a day, but still, you understand what it's like to not have anything come in the way of your meditation. Thoughts come and you let them come, and thoughts go. Ideas come, ideas go. Sensations come, sensations go. The body feels, you're feeling pain, you're not feeling pain. Things arise, things pass, things move. But you just experience it, you watch it, you observe it. This is the practice of presence. And the problem with our society, especially the ones that have moved into cities, into big towns and complex places, is that we're bombarded with stimulation. All the time, all the time, all the time. There's something coming at us. And we're getting communication all the time. We feel a lack of purpose, a lack of, like I'm not connected. If there's no text messages, my friends don't love me. Nobody loves me. And you see the text messages, the group text, where someone else is getting all the messages and you're like, oh, everybody loves them. They're really popular. They're really good. You know how social media is warping what we think of ourselves. Our idea of who we are, an idea of what we want, is getting completely warped. Above and beyond, no matter what is happening, you can become the wealthiest person on the nation, or you can become the most famous person in the country. You can be the president of the country. But what you want, beyond and above, is to be happy and is to be peaceful. That only comes if you have the technique of cutting off this outer world and retreating, practicing presence. This is such a gift that you have received, that if you build on it, you can develop the ability to be in a world and yet not be in it. Let anybody say or do anything. Let anything happen, and I'm unaffected by it. Does it mean you lack compassion if you're not commenting on everything? If you're not wishing 1 million people happy birthday? What does it mean every morning to say happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to 1 million people? Half the time Facebook provides you that word, you just have to click on it. You don't even have to take the effort of thinking of them for more than a second. Is that what you want? Or does that one phone call that you make change your life? That one phone call that you receive from a friend from your childhood that takes the time every year to call you on your birthday. And if that call doesn't come, something feels off, right? Because in our generation, when we grew up, person-to-person contact was what mattered. We have gotten so caught up with what is happening in the world. It's what is current. And unfortunately, people's attention is so narrow. What's current? Let's celebrate something. Oh, today is Daughter's Month. Tomorrow is Father's Month. This was Son's Month. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous, the kind of things that they want us to buy cards for, send gifts for, and do all these kinds of things. There is so much of constant media attack. You think about children. The kind of movies, the kind of videos that they are exposed to is totally different from our childhood. Now, when I grew up, once a month, My dad took me to see cartoons in Metro Theatre at 10 a.m. for an hour. That was oh my God, that was like such a treat.
Yeah.
Now people are seeing this all the time, all the time. They're just sitting frozen in front of their television. And kids, and now the younger generation, like, who are expecting babies, are saying, oh, we can't have screen time. But once the second baby comes, there's screen time. There's screen time because they need to get the work done. They need to take care of things. They need to occupy kids. What are we doing? We're deadening their senses. We're deadening their senses. We're getting them involved. And I see on TikTok, I see on social media, so many children that are being highlighted, that are being made into stars. I don't know. So many children that are being exposed to this popularity. I watch something where a little boy comes and he asks everybody, can you tell me what you are doing today? I mean, he doesn't even know what he's saying. Or, can you tell me what your plans are for this week? All right, big following, wearing clothes given by this one, by that one. It warps your sense of belonging and who you are. We're so concerned with communicating that even 5 minutes of meditation is scary. People that are so involved in this work, they will tell me, I can't meditate. I just can't. The joy that you can get, you don't even have to close your eyes, just sitting and staring out at this mango tree. I get hours of pleasure of just staring out at a tree. Sometimes a cardinal will fly by, and that red against the green looks so beautiful. These are what we call aha moments. This is practice of presence. The more you practice presence, the more you can enjoy the world. Limit your interactions. It's okay not to all the time talk to people. It's okay not to be on the phone all the time. It's okay not to be popular. It's fine. Because at the end of it, we're all going to go. And then what happened to the popular person? That popular person is also going to die. The only concern is while that popular person lived, were they happy? Or were they continuously sorting out drama in their lives? The more people you're in touch with, the more people that you're in communication with, the more drama there is in your life. And all drama is just unnecessary. It's stuff you don't need. The mind does not understand the difference between what it sees on a screen and what it sees in life. It is the same as long as there's a reaction from you. You watch somebody being murdered, and you get that feeling of your heart rate increases, you get scared, oh my God, what's going to happen? You watch those kind of shows. The mind converts that into an impression and it's stored. It is stored forever. This kind of trauma is what we have, if you can imagine if you saw a real murder, how it would feel. Now you're watching murders every single day. And after a while, there is this, you desensitize yourself because you can't get emotional after everybody is murdered. Imagine that we don't feel anything for loss of life. This is how people are desensitized and sent to wars.
It's terrible with video games.
It's terrible with video games. We give our children video games that just desensitize them to violence. We want to keep them occupied. But what are we doing to them? And there's a whole generation of people, this current generation is so addicted to screens. I feel that one day it's all going to blow up. It's all going to blow up, and the next generation is going to come and say, we want to meet people, we want to see each other, right? When I went to India this time, we went and visited a really beautiful organic farm, and the owners, they were very successful IT people that had sold their company, made a lot of money. Now India is become so technologically advanced that every village has got 5G. You're connected to the net no matter what. So they've gone, and he's not the only one. There are a bunch of them. There's some 300 families in that area that have bought pieces of land and are cultivating the food they eat, bringing up, they're homeschooling their children. And they're getting back to how it was. They work, yes, they work, but they eat whatever's available on their farm. And they spend most of their mornings and afternoons doing all this, taking care. It was beautiful to see that. So people are feeling that the city is taking away. It's like sucking away your energy, and the need to go back to nature is out there. It's out there, and I'm seeing it a lot more. We should not have to long for a vacation. Imagine if all your life you were sitting and staring out at spaces endlessly. There would be no stress at all. There would be nothing happening, because you understand that you and everything around you is one, and it's all okay. Everything is fine. But that is not the case in our lives. Our lives are exceedingly complicated. We have to live in this world. We have to communicate to some extent for our work and for our friends, to keep in touch with people to some extent. Find the time for yourself. This is so important. Find the time for your own self-growth, for your own development. That 20 minutes a day, that 30 minutes a day that you give, with 10 minutes of breathing and 20 minutes of meditation, is precious. Is precious, because the more you retreat into yourself, and when I say into yourself, it really means expanding out into the universe. It's the opposite, because I'm not telling you to really go into your body. You're actually expanding out into the universe. When you retreat into yourself, when you close your eyes, it's really the limits of your body are melting, and you and the rest of and all of it become one. And that happens for very brief moments. Very brief moments. And the more we tap into that, the more the body relaxes, the more we're able to cope with all that we have to deal with. So if you cannot escape screen time, because if that's the nature of the job, find the time in the morning, find the time in the evening to practice presence. The more you dedicate to practicing presence, the easier your life gets, the more effortless your life gets, the easier the problems fall into place and get sorted out. You stop thinking of them as problems. You start thinking of them as just mere challenges. You breathe, you do it, and you move on. This is so important. Social media creates a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety. Everybody is either posting their worst moments. Oh, I'm going to die, pray for me. And then it's thoughts and prayers all the while. Or they're posting their best moments. But for the most part, between the worst and the best, there is a normal life, right? They have a quiet life. And in spite of looking at all these fancy places that everybody wants to go to and the fancy food that everybody wants to eat, beyond and above everything, there is this need to feel that calm, that sense of happiness, that sense of peace, that love. And when you feel that love, it just emanates from you. It goes and then you recognize it in others, and people respond to you better. Everything that you want comes to you better. So practicing presence is not something old people do. It's not something that monks do. It's not something that's only for those that want enlightenment. It's for everybody. It can be done just in the moment when you're just sitting. You can feel your hand and feel the pulsing and feel the blood vessels and feel the tingling, even without closing your hand, closing your eyes. Presence is just being in the moment and dealing with everything as it should be dealt with. The moment can demand action from you. The moment can demand relaxation for you. Whatever is demanded of you in the moment, to be able to give that is the art of living. To be able to do what is needed without any effort, that's the art of living. To be able to recognize when you're saying, oh my God, I don't like this, I don't like what's happening, I don't like what my friend is saying to me, I don't like the way my hair looks, I don't like the way I put on weight, I don't like the way she's put on weight, she looks too thin and she looks too fat and she's too big and she's too small, they should be married and they should be separate, right? All the time we're talking, we're commenting, moving away from what we're doing in the moment. Be in the moment and do what is needed. And the only way that you can learn how to do that is to practice meditation. Meditation is the training that you do every day. You do it regardless. You do it whether it's a good meditation or a bad meditation. You don't judge the quality of the meditation. You sit every day at the same time with your eyes closed and you just practice presence. And you let the thoughts come and you let the thoughts go, and you let the feelings come and go, and you let the sensations come and go, and you're just there. And then you can take this into your life. You take this into your life and you practice presence even when you're in a very tight situation. And that's when you're able to respond and not just react. To do what is required in the moment. Isn't that what we want to do? To take the right action. Isn't that what we all want? If we crowd our highways with so much noise, with so much stimulation, constantly wanting that dopamine hit, there's no time for peace and no time for presence. The difference between the dopamine and the serotonin, as I've always told you, is that there's no limit to it. There's no limit to the amount of serotonin that you can take. You can be happy endlessly. But you cannot be stimulated and feel that hit of pleasure endlessly. Pleasure comes and pleasure goes. So you have to think, what do I want? What do I want from my life? Do I want peace? Do I want happiness? Do I want love? And if that's what you want, then let's sit just now and meditate. Om Namah Shivaya. Hey everyone, thanks for visiting my channel, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and turn on notifications so I can continue to bring you more content just like this on knowledge, on meditation, and on insights for a happy life. Don't forget, happiness is your birthright.